No. Because let me tell y'all what the problem is.
And this was just part of the chaotic scene this afternoon in Lipscomb. This was a special called city council meeting that the mayor claims was held without his permission. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Carla Wade.
I'm Guy Rawlings. The scene escalating to a point where council members called Jefferson County deputies to City Hall. WVTM 13 Zoe Blair in attendance tonight for this chaotic meeting.
And Zoe, as we just saw right there, things got very heated. What actually went down?
Well, Guy, Carla, the special call meeting was set by 2 city council members, not the mayor of Lipscomb. But when the meeting started, Mayor Robin Sims walked in, called the meeting, and then shortly after adjourned it before any of the agenda items had been discussed. He says he did this because city council members were late and they did not have a quorum. A councilor tells me since it was not his meeting, he did not have the legal authority to call it to order. This all happened around 3 p.m. when the meeting was originally set to start. The room was packed with residents hoping to voice their opinions, and the council still wanted the meeting to go on. At 3:40, the council called the meeting to order again after the mayor had adjourned and after they had been told it was now being held illegally.
But right now, this meeting is not supposed to be taking place after it got adjourned. So right now, you guys are operating, well, these individuals, my apologies. Right now, what you guys are having is not in order.
That news, something the residents of Lipscomb were not happy to hear while they were working to make their voices heard.
We are saying, as the citizens, we are willing to come back tomorrow.
He's going to come in and say, meeting called, meeting adjourned. Yeah, and he cannot show any grace or compassion for all the people that came and got out of their home because they do care about their city.
All of the chaos causing one of the council members to call sheriff's deputies down for backup, and then the meeting started. One notable agenda item, firing the interim police chief and restoring full authority to Chief Lenita Neal.
Continued existence of an interim police chief position is redundant and unnecessary given that the city already has a police chief, and whereas the city is experiencing serious financial strain.
Interim Chief Dwayne Howard was appointed by Mayor Sims last month without the approval of the council, and that's what prompted the termination.
The mayor does have appointment. He is allowed to appoint, but at the end of the day, we still have to vote, whether it's an interim, part-time, or full-time position. We did not vote.
It's 5 against 1 here, people. I mean, 5 people said this guy's gone. Now, the mayor just 1 vote. This is a Class 8 municipality. He gets only 1 vote. And it's 5-1.
But when the councilors went to give Howard his notice, they were escorted away by authorities saying he felt in fear of his life.
We're not doing this. Back up. This is a lawful order. Back up.
And this is a lawful order.
And I get that, but back up. He feel in fear of his life. We're not doing that.
Fear of his life with a piece of paper?
We need every citizen that can to show up, because if those councilors are fighting for this city, we as citizens can as well.
Now, during the meeting, the council also eliminated assistant clerk positions that had been created by the mayor and ordered an investigation into city finances, including what caused the default in bills that resulted in Amway suspending services. After the chaos, Mayor Sims went live on Facebook saying he did not have an issue with the meeting, just the councilors' tardiness, saying he encourages them to meet.
I didn't come here to fight. And during this council meeting, if it did go as planned, I wasn't objecting to anything that they wanted to do. I actually had questions regarding what they wanted to do. Opening the floor up for discussion.
Now, the mayor is hosting his 100 Days in Office update tomorrow at Lipscomb City Hall at 6 p.m. Councilors tell me that the meeting items that were approved on today's agenda are legal and will go into effect. Carla.
All right, thanks, Zoe. Well, let's take a quick look at how we got to this point. This started last month after confusion with the district voting maps left the city without a quorum. That's because 3 councilors were elected to represent districts that they don't live in. The Lipscomb Mayor Robin Sims says that left him with no choice but to take the matter to court.
Those council positions were restored last week, at least for now, after the state Supreme Court granted a temporary stay in the court proceedings, allowing them to move forward with normal operations.